Spring break 2022, our crew joined up for a 4-day paddle of the Colorado River. Our band was made up of myself, my two brothers, Bennett and Schaefer, and one of Bennett's vet school buddies, Tyler. Unfortunately, our fifth associate, a man going by the name of Fireman and who had joined on many a previous adventure, was held up by an unfortunate ailment, the ever-creeping corporate bullshit. We regretted his absence. We planned to kayak a 40-mile stretch of the Colorado River just southeast of Austin, extending from FM 969 near Bastrop to Smithville. Bennett estimated the trip would take 4 days comfortably, and the plan was to paddle about 10 miles each day, enjoy the small section of rapids on the river, fish, and camp on sandbars at night. We provisioned ourselves well, bringing no less than 3 pounds of ground moose, 2 pounds of chuck aoudad for catfish bait, 5 family-sized packets of Idaho potatoes, many peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, 1 loaf of homemade bread, 4 cans of chili, 3 cans of black beans, dried hash browns, 20 tortillas, jerky, 2 dozen eggs, potatoes, onions, bell peppers, copious amounts of bars, 2 bottles of whiskey, and instant coffee. A shotgun and a rifle and many knives also made the trip in case we encountered hog or rodent problems. Tyler brought a trot line system and a wealth of catfishing knowledge. Needless to say, we were going to be eating well.
Getting towards the end of day one here. Looking for a good campsite. Tyler's gonna pick a good catfish spot. Set up some trot lines. Oh, there's a deer up ahead. Seen a lot of wildlife, boar, a couple types of fish, lots of duck, snipe, some doves, a lot of cows. No snakes yet. Fixing to be a good day one.
The first night we made camp on a sandbar. We waited out several sketchy men in a far too expensive boat for a while, and then ate dinner. In the process, we discovered a new type of seasoning known as char. The night was a cold one, peppered by the howls of coyote packs.
The lady that owns the poopy dog says, yeah, I brought mine because, he's going to get neutered.
Yeah.
I can't have him going around all the time.
By mid-morning, we were packed and back on the river, paddling furiously through heavy winds for Bastrop, where some were quite intent on finding a real bathroom. That afternoon, after enjoying a break in Bastrop and a fast-moving river, we stopped and fished a bend in the river underneath looming clay cliffs. During this time, I discovered, unfortunately, that my skills of catching small trout in a high Sierra lake don't necessarily transfer very well to Texas rivers.
Big clay banks here. End of day 2. Easy paddling today, already done 11 miles. Gonna do 2 or 3 more, make it an easy 2 or 15 the last 2 days.
Our second night, we camped below the first hole of a golf course. That night we slept well. While the river was moving fast, the several hours of strong winds in the morning were tiring us out. The next morning, we discussed the possibility of actually pulling it off, making the rest of the 16 miles back to Smithville and cutting our trip 1 day short. We decided to try to make it in one push.
Good morning, warm fire, band of brothers cooking breakfast while the buzzards fly off the roost.
Fortunately, the river moved fast that morning. By mid-morning, we made about 7 of our 16 miles for the day. But around mid-afternoon, a brisk headwind picked up again, bringing with it small swells and lots of spray. A cool reprieve from the hot sun baking our sunburned bodies. Still, the wind made moving slow, and our minds started wandering to alternative methods of getting home.
That boat was pretty tempting.
Yeah, I know. It looked like somebody had stripped the motor though.
That's $3,000 sitting right there.
If only we had a good mechanic with us, we could have resurrected the boat and sped out of there.
All right, end of day 3, coming up on a 4-mile stretch here. It's a straight stretch till the end. I'm in the back of the pack because my boat is sitting a little low. This morning we were going over a lot of whitecaps. Pretty heavy headwind, and my spray skirt is not entirely watertight, so I think I'm carrying an extra 50 or 100 pounds of water weight with me. Take a break up here on some sandbar. Should be able to bail myself out, I guess. Got some real nice cliffs up here. Very representative of the entire trip. Spin this around. There. Sheer cliffs just cut by the water.
From these cliffs on, it was straightforward paddling. 4 miles of curvy, flat water into our exit point underneath Highway 71, bar the logistical nightmare of debarking the river underneath an interstate highway.